Hi, my name is Courtney Euler, and when I think about cultures or cultures that I belong to, I think about volleyball. I do believe volleyball is a big culture, and in California and especially bigger states, it's a very big, very common sport for girls. When I think about the culture that I like fell in love with playing, and the thing that drawn me closer to volleyball is the friendships that I make and practically families that I've created. I started playing when I was in fifth grade, so I've been playing for about 8 or 9 years now. Um, I started going to the camps that my high school hosted, and later on, when I was in high school, I coached at them. Um, when I started playing, I didn't get too serious about volleyball until I was about a sophomore in high school. But when I was in middle school, it kept me very busy, and I think that a lot of kids that don't play sports, they tend to get in trouble. And I think about how back in middle school, I was going to school, I was in band, and then after school, I would go to practice for a couple hours. And I feel like that kept me really busy and out of trouble. I I look back at the friends I had then that didn't play sports, didn't have any inhibitions to work towards, and they didn't have goals in their life. And I think that volleyball really saved me from like going down a bad path or just not having high goals in my life like I do now. I Over the years, in about freshman, I think I started in freshman year, I did club volleyball, and that meant I was not playing for the school, I was playing through a different organization. And we would go to different towns on the weekends and play, and I would sit there with my teammates for 2 or 3 days on the weekend. In between games, I was bonding with my teammates on the court and off the court when we were just sitting around. And towards my sophomore year, I started travel ball, which we would go to Vegas or Medford, Oregon, or Eugene, Oregon, or we went to uh, LA. And I think doing that for 2 years, it really helped me bond because I was traveling with these girls for hours on end, really getting to know them. That, I might not be friends with them in the classroom or around school, but I became their friends through volleyball. And we were all very passionate about what we did and our sport that we played and just doing the most we can. And I feel like that's where I started really getting serious about volleyball, and it became my lifestyle, my life, and like the thing that I'm most passionate about. I really think that volleyball saved me from just being a nobody. I'm very thankful for it, and I think every child should try and play a sport that they can fall in love with and make new friends. Like, I have countless friends that are playing volleyball in different states, and I'm friends with their friends, and I'm even friends with like younger girls that I played with. But I think the main thing about volleyball culture is being in love with the sport you're playing and being around other girls that do it, that love it just as well. Especially being in college right now, this has been one of the most dramatic changes I've ever had to go through. Goodness, sorry. And I, you know, I'm moved 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from my family, and I'm kind of stuck here with all these 20 girls, and I don't know any of them. I didn't know them before, and they are probably my closest friends now because we are all so passionate about volleyball and playing for a goal, for a state championship again. And I'm just so happy that I've been able to make new friends, and you know, it really playing volleyball or like any sport really wants you to do better in life, and you have so many more goals that you want to reach, and it really makes you a better person, I think. So I think that is a good reason that volleyball is my favorite culture that I belong to.